immensely indulgent, lethally so for mortals. Or maybe not lethally all the time, but it I guess it depends on how sturdy you are. But according to every fairy tale ever, it's lethal to mortals.
10% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Exactly. Fey food is that, I guess. But it's not food in the sense of they need it to sustain themselves. So you don't think that's what they mean by "let's go eat," especially since Catalina and Abigail and Varric are going along with it because they're not gonna eat something like that lethal, right? So, well, maybe Catalina, but yeah. Normal food in the Feywilds is not poisonous or anything like that. To people that aren't from the Feywilds, you can go kill a magic deer and it'll still provide venison for you here in the Feywilds.
Kirsty, were you thinking about the Persephone eat the food you can't leave kind of deal?
I think I was, yeah. I think that's what I was thinking of.
Nothing. No, you don't have that. Although, well, that'd be an interesting domain for a Fey to have. But in general, as a rule, that is not how the Feywilds works. I don't do the fucky wucky effects of that sort of stuff for my setting of the Feywilds, or the time dilation stuff because that just adds a layer of complication that I don't want to think about. That being said, if you guys piss off a fairy, they can totally do that to you. So if they're that powerful,
Yeah. That's fine. It's just something I just remembered from like the recesses of my brain. I was like,
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good refresher course.
You know,
And then it'll be followed by dinner course.
And pudding course.
Pudding course, dessert course. But yeah, Abigail and Varric begin leaving, and that leaves Ruhan and Reyes and Connor. Connor is just smoking from his pipe. It seems like he wants to be the last one. Be the Overwatch from the back.
Yeah, as people are making their way, can I just sort of wait a little bit and leave before Connor? But before I do, can I say, Ghana, you don't happen to have the spear pipe, do you?
A spear pipe? He thinks. I might have one around here somewhere. If you guys want a chance being alone. No, not alone, but without me for a spell. I can go grab it.
No, I would not.
He thinks. Maybe Abigail then can go grab it for me.
Reyes would be mighty appreciative.
He nods.
What do we need to know to not get us eternally bound?
If you wanted to bind you here, he doesn't need to ask your permission for it, I assure you of that. He definitely didn't do that for me the one time.
The one time?
You're not here!
Oh, fuck.
You left the room! You out of here! You out of here!
I'm out here. Okay, I'm muting.
We're getting super.
If he wanted to do it, he could, and that is just something I have to accept. But at least I'll make him go against the principle.
He thinks.
What I am saying is I don't know the rules here.
As of right now, there are no rules, other than the rules of your guestship. Ones that even he can't violate. And vice versa. You all as well. Other than that, this is the equivalencies of going to a friend's house. Even if your friend's parents are a bit up there.
However,
Hmm.
you don't isolate people unless there's a game afoot.
There's no game that he's dancing with you by isolating you from each other. He just wanted to know who you were. That's what this room is. He gestures with the tip of his pipe. To say it looks in your mind would be both an over and an understatement. It didn't look in your mind. It looks your very essence. It shows yourself and him and my mother what you're about. So, he looks at you, Reyes, the fortress. He looks at you, Ron, the archives. It might be obvious things, sir, but of course, it's obvious to you. Not obvious to him. And it seems so obvious to you because neither you are Fae. You're honest beings.
Well, I mean, I can't really speak for the deceitfulness of dragon. Yes.
Reyes don't know what you're getting in a fuss about, Rohan. Grandfather said this place are good among the bad, so I think you're overthinking things.
Wait, he did?
That he did.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I trust that then.
I love the fact that it takes great grandfather to get your
Ruhan's
trust. Not
sad
like
that he
advice.
was talking to grandfather again. He's like, damn it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we should go eat. Reyes, just, did you mention me by chance, or?
No,
Say
but
it.
Reyes be thinking it's soon time to have a talk with the grandfather, so we gotta put our head together and think some good question, yeah?
Yeah, no, definitely. We should do that.
I love how much esteem Ruhan gives to great grandfather. Oh my!
He respects his fucking elders.
For an NPC that has only existed because it was requested by a PC into the backstory, he commands some of the greatest respect of any NPC that isn't a literal god.
This is correct. I mean, we don't know he's not. He might be.
Okay, fair, good
To be
point.
fair.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, I think that's my
To be
notes.
fair, great grandfather has been around for like half the game, so.
Shit, you're right.
Alright, well, I am so. Hey, the food's not poisoned, right? That
Nah.
would violate guess, right?
Well, poison, no. If it was...
Cursed?
No, not cursed. If it were deliciously indulgent to the point where you can't stop eating it, and you kill yourself, that doesn't violate guestship. But I can promise you, it's not. And if my short talk with my mother is of any indication, she's well aware of your voracious appetite.
Good. Show her the majesty of a hill Jotunar.
I've heard stories.
Loosens his belt a little and walks through.
And I also heard the Venkoshi cook crew talk about it too. Flashback to Breakpoint Island and you clean out the kitchen.
Out of the house at home, baby.
So, you guys regroup. Abigail and Varric were waiting for the last two of you when you guys sort of stay behind. And, are the quote-unquote middle link, the middle chain. And yeah, you guys regroup and I change the music. Boom. Boom. It's crazy as well. I think we're gonna go for... No, not that one. Oh no, I had the right one. Nope. And yeah. So, you guys begin walking through don't get me wrong, it is a resplendent, meticulously organized and clean and well decorated home, but you guys have seen far larger abodes in the quote-unquote mortal realm. I don't know why I said quote-unquote, that is what it is, the mortal realm. There are nobles, rich merchants, and stuff like that that have bigger places. Like, this place is on par with, no, you guys haven't been to Ian's abode in this campaign. Shit. Well, I guess
don't remember what Ian's boat looks like off the top of my head anyways.
Yeah. This place is comparable to Lady Alseva's house. So it's not cramped. No, it's quite large and wide scale, but there are definitely, especially in the capital, especially in the heartlands, well larger places to stay in. But that's what this place is like, and is done in the same architectural old Silfwallian, well, to those that can recognize it, so the two of you that can recognize it, old Silfwallian style. Magical flames, light, candles, and torches, and candelabras, and stuff like that, illuminating the place in a resplendent golden way, similar to walking to a monastery or cathedral. Although it does have that rustic charm to it by being so recognizable, so down to earth, I guess is the best way to put it. You guys regroup and begin striding through the halls, being Casimir and Kara have well taken the lead and already in wherever you guys are going, and Catalina is impatiently waiting for you guys to catch up, just tapping her foot. And when you guys eventually do catch up, she leads the way over to the dining room. Not too far, like just like not even a couple of minutes. The double door into the dining room, of which there are multiple, but the closest one is cast open, and you guys can see a long table of immaculate woodsman craft, or carpenter craft rather, well polished, well maintained, etc., etc., etc. The light in here is more warm colored, so instead of that sort of bright yellow golden resplendence in the main hall itself, this one is a bit more warm colored. It's a bit more, dim orange instead of yellow, etc., etc. More comforting, more inviting. And a table of equal dimension as the one you guys were just sitting at in the foyer is in here. It is absolutely flooded with food. Different drinks are scattered across the table, as well as there are some little dining trolleys that have dishes and drinks and desserts and other delicacies, which are nearby, adjacent to the table. Between all of you put together, there's no way you could possibly occupy the entire table, because it's way too long. Nonetheless, there are still seats that populate the edges of the table. So you can sit wherever the hell you want and eat whatever you want. Which is a bit weird to say. This is sort of the third time where you guys come to recognize that this is the third time you could eat whatever you want. Literally whatever you want, because Billy can make whatever you want. Well, I guess two of you did go to Trader Town, but the Trader Town thing could make near any type of food. And now here you are again, in this place.
It's fitting
with
that
a bunch
here.
of food. Yeah, it's really interesting. I will say, because Karatavish is the equivalencies of a high-level cleric, this feast ahead of you is blessed by the spell called Hero's Feast.
Nice.
So, you guys have that going for you in your first, I say 24 hours. It's just like technicality. You have the benefits of Hero's Feast until you take a long rest. So, just don't sleep for 4 days, lol. Have Hero's Feast for 4 days.
And 4 levels of exhaustion.
Laughs in short rest-based class.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you don't automatically have 3 levels of exhaustion, no. It's just a DC 10
Yeah,
con save.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that hard to succeed it. And then it goes up by 2 every day you go without it. But DC 16 con save, you guys can definitely make that.
50-50.
Yeah, you guys can definitely make that. But nonetheless.
Damn, would have failed the third day.
Yeah.
Succeeded every other day.
Casimir and Kyra sit at the head of the table, or rather, Casimir sits at the head of the table, Kyra sits off next to him around the corner, and you guys are free to sit wherever you desire and indulge in this fantastic comfort food. It's like going. It's like, you know, what's a stereotype? Oh, you go to grandma's house. Oh, child, you're so skinny. Here, eat this. Eat this. I'll also make some cookies there too for you to take back. It's, you know, that's the stereotype. I've never
Here's
experienced it. Never
$30.
will. Never experienced it. Never will. But this is why I like to imagine his equivalent, right? So yeah, you guys are free to consume whatever you wish. As you guys, well, I should say, does anyone not sit down and begin eating?
Rose will sit down and like set up a plate, but not like immediately begin eating.
Okay.
I'll just like wait for everyone else get situated.
So, just find like some comfort food from home or something. Take a
Okay.
seat.
No, there's no nectar or ambrosia on the table.
Dang
Or
it!
anyone asks.
I
They're smart enough to not let us have that shit.
That's
would
all
make-
the ultimate poison, ironically.
So
I mean, there was
they
soul
sat down,
poison
correct?
before.
They've sit down. Catalina sits down.
Okay.
Abigail and Varric sit down.
Okay, then. yeah.
Connor waits for you guys to sit down before he also sits down.
Yeah, Raze would have sat down.
As long as the head of house has sat down, then I believe it's proper to follow.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
would like to try and
yes,
stay close to the rest of the party though, not like spread out.
I sit as far away from the party. I sit next to Casimir.
Like, hey, new friend, buddy, pal, how's it going?
Amigo, compadre.
So, let me just get the effects of Hero's Feast out of the way. Also, I got utterly wrecked. It says specifically the last sentence of Hero's Feast. These benefits last for 24 hours, so it doesn't even matter if you take a long rest. So you can't cheat Hero's Feast. Fuck.
Blah, 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 blah.
Wah. Blah, 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 blah. So, I
You put an emoji
do
compilation.
I do
Doo-doo.
re-roll ones on the Hero's Feast thing because that shit is tragic when you roll 2 ones on the Hero's Feast. It's
feel so
utterly
bad.
tragic.
You gained
So I
2.
do re-roll ones once.
And
Which I
before
guess
you
Double
is
get
space.
right? Like, we re-roll ones on level up hit dice, right? So I think it keeps the same logic. So boom.
Okay,
9.
5-4. Nice. Can't get a ton better.
You guys increase your mark down what your actual hit point maximum is. You guys are also benefiting from aid as well. So your hit point maximum will go up by 14. But mark down what your original one is. Somewhere, like in the bio section or somewhere.
237. Yep, marked it down.
Hold on a
Are
second.
you serious?
God.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I was like,
I don't
Nani
know
the
what your builds are.
Nani the fuck? Alright, so your hit point maximum goes up by 9 plus 5 because of the aid spell, courtesy of Vewek. You are immune to poison. So the poison effects and poison condition, as well as immune to being frightened. You're cured of all diseases and poisons as of current, so I don't think any of you guys are diseased. I guess Vine Sama's spores are definitely out of your system now.
It's been 3
And
days.
you make wisdom saves at advantage automatically. You guys don't have to remember that because knowing my dumbass, I'm gonna forget. And be like, wait, well, how do you have advantage for? And then you have to defend yourself. And I'm like, oh yeah. Actually, Crash, we had a Hero's Feast 23 hours and 59 minutes and 42 seconds ago.
So what's hit
And I
points,
swear you for talking like
poison
that.
resist, and wisdom saves?
No, not poison resist. Poison
Poison.
immunity.
Immunity.
Oh, poison immunity.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
frightened, charm, and poison. We're all immune to right now.
It's poisoned
charm as
immunity,
well.
right? Not resistance to the damage.
It just says immune to poison. It says also charm and frighten. You like no, it's just frighten. You don't get charm.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, it just says become immune to poison. So, because it says being frightened, but it doesn't say
bet
being
there's a-
poisoned,
I
right?
Sage advice for it.
Yeah, I'll look it up. That's a pretty important distinction. Sage advice, heroes feast, poison. Does the hero's feast spell grant immunity to poison? Yes.
Oh, ooh. That's so much stronger than I thought.
It
Yeah.
was already a pretty strong spell.
It's already a fantastic
So
spell.
it says like this might be the game breaking stuff of it, but hey, whatever. Yeah, so there you go. Which is pretty perfect for going through the Feywilds, I gotta say, because this, because when you think of poison, you would think of poisonous plants,
Laughs
And-
in venom.
laughs in venom, or venomous creatures, laughs in devil imps, doing poison damage. So yeah, well, I think that's very fitting, right? Hero's Feast is a cleric spell and bard spell. Now it's a bard spell. So I think it's fitting. Right? For a 6th level spell, 6th level is definitely when you know you're going to enter those tiers of play. I think it's very fitting. So, immunity to poison, effect, and damage. There you go. Which means in technicality you can't get drunk. I just realized.
Aw.
Damn it. Mission fail. We'll get him next time.
Hey, it's a cleric spell after all.
Yep. I'm still proud I saved 5 lay on hand points on Thursday just in case someone is
to
being
do
up
that.
and in. I slap the drunkenness out of him.
And then he feels
Fucking
pain.
That's what I literally did on Thursday. I'm so proud I thought of that. I'm just like, wait, should I do all 30 points? Like, no, say 5. Just in case someone needs to suffer. So yeah. Make sure you have the 8 spell active. Make sure you have the HP maximum increase from Hero's Feast active. And just remember, you can't get poisoned. You can't be frightened. You can still be charmed. Frightened is not in the game for you for the next 24 hours, though. Yeah. Haha, laughs at dragon who does frightening presence just by being a CR23 creature. So yeah, you guys tuck in. Quite simple, eh? You guys tuck in. The Tavish family makes conversation on their side of the table, as it were. Yes, Abigail is close enough to be a part of that conversation. They talk about things that have been happening, well, I say catching up. They sort of already know what the adopted child has been up to, as well as what you guys have been up to by extension.
But it's like different to have a conversation than to have a letter, you know?
Yeah, even if the letter it's more of the equivalencies of being in Twitch chat because you're constantly writing back and forth. But yeah, it's different. Every now and again, Connor is invited to speak into the conversation and does that once and then stops talking.
He just says,
He's not-
no, yeah, maybe.
Hey, no, he does more than just monosyllabic comments. He does talk some sentences and phrases here and there, but
Brief.
it doesn't take a genius to figure out that Connor isn't a conversationalist sort of person when he, doesn't want to be. Like, he's not, like, so naturally talkative that he can't, like, stop talking. And also, he's not particularly keen on talking too much to his father. So, there's also that. And it's his father usually doing the inviting to conversation bit. So, there you go. Yeah, it says here takes an hour. You have to spend an hour to consume. Wait. The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappears at the end of that time. Alright, well, we're gonna get rid of that second part. Welcome to Consecrated Ground, yo. But yeah, it takes an hour to consume. Fish. Sauteed fish, but... Don't do this. Don't. We're doing this today? We're doing this today.
It's
You're gonna
Fred.
make me hungry.
He's gonna do it.
So that's what we're doing. Normally, I try to go luxurious in describing food too, like a Studio Ghibli film, but no. I'm hungry.
You're canceled.
now.
Not allowed.
No, I got like 3 hours of sleep, so I basically took a decently long, a long nap, and I'm still hungry from the previous night. Anyways, so yeah, it takes an hour to consume Hero's Feast, and in the meantime, is there anything you guys talk about while the Tavish family does their own conversation?
Those are stuff.
Varric does not include himself in on that conversation, by the way, so he's on your guys' side. It's like going to eat with your in-laws
Like a
that you've
lunch.
only met one time.
I was thinking like almost a lunch table situation, where the tables are like technically next to each other, but there's clearly
Yeah.
two different groups.
Yeah, there's like a
Yeah.
divide.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose if Rose is lost in thought, I'll maybe ask Grace, like, so where were you when we were away somewhere else? Although I suppose we're
What
technically-
crazy shit did you guys see?
Yeah, what did
What
you
shit
guys
did you
see?
have, man?
Be a place with lots of trees, provincial knickknacks, and good voodoo.
Okay. I suppose that makes sense. I think it was supposed to be like representing us, I guess. Wasn't it? Something like that?
Let me guess. A place full of books.
No.
What the word is?
No, nothing like that. No books in sight.
Archive. Yeah?
Nah, nothing like that. No, it was all
Roll deception at disadvantage.
The deception.
I believe it.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. Raze doesn't need to roll. He heard from Connor what you guys saw.
I just chuckle to myself.
I mean, what would ever make you think that? No, never read a book in my life.
Read
What's that
a
spell book?
Does it have a spell book? Bard.
No, she has
Haha.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, shit. So I did.
What's his name?
Book of Ballad.
Your shade.
Yeah, Hellbrun.
Yeah, there it is.
The,
I thought
the
you-
secret.
The Astral Secrets isn't a spell book. It's in your fucking soul.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason why it's called Astral Secrets, and you sold some spell slots over to the traders during the Oni fight. It's not a book. It's in you. It's like
My
the dark
inner
whis-
book.
Yeah, it's your inner book. They're like dark whispers in your mind. That's crazy as well. Also, I posit unto this.
So you just have, hey little mama, let me whisper in your ear constantly.
I mean, one might
Good
interpret
God,
the
I
traders
hope not.
as insane. So there you go.
Yes, I was actually thinking about that.
That's an interesting question.
Huh.
But you said also that there was none at the table, right?
No, doesn't mean you
Doesn't
can't
mean
ask.
you can't request it, yeah. If you request it in this way, they might actually say yes.